Hey, everybody. John here again. Welcome back. Can you believe we are into the fourth quarter of 2024 already? Like, where has this year gone? The time has flown by so fast. So, it is that time of year to talk about what credit cards are in my wallet for the fourth quarter of 2024. And this is going to include all of the regulars in the rotation that I will always have in my wallet, but also one or two cards that I don't need all the time, but when I know I'm going to need one, I will put it in my wallet. And then when I'm done with it or don't need it, I will take it back out again. So let's dive into it and discuss. The first card in my wallet is my good old trusty, steady American Express Blue Business Plus card. I love this card. This card gets me 2x MR points on all spend period. Now, I don't use it for all of my spending period, but it would get me 2x on everything if I did. I love pulling out this card at, the if I'm going to the nursery to buy some plants for the yard, or if I'm going to Walmart to pick up a few things, or I need to stop at, the hardware store to pick up some, weed killer or whatever. It will get, or it does get me 2x on all of that spend. So this card gets used quite a bit every month. Another card that gets used a lot is my favorite, and I know it's yours too, my American Express white gold personal card. As you all know, if you've watched my other videos, you know how much I love this card. I know it's cliche, but it is all things food. It gets me 4x MR points on dining. It gets me 4x points on groceries. If it involves food, that is the card I'm pulling out of my wallet to use. I love my gold card. Next up on the list is the personal gold card's big brother. And that card is the American Express Business Gold card. Now, I got this card in July for the welcome offer. The welcome offer was 150,000 MR points on 10,000 and spend in 3 months. I just finished the spend on this card yesterday, as a matter of fact. So, why is this card going to be in my wallet, you might be asking? Well, I have the card for at least the next 9 months. So, it is going to be the card that I use for gas because it gets 4x on gas. And it will get me also 4x on everything inside the gas station. So if I'm getting a bottle of water on my way to the gym, which I do quite often, the bottle of water is 4x. If I'm going to get, a bottle of water and I want to get a protein bar or something like that to slam down real quick before I go to the gym or whatever it is, anything inside and outside of the gas station that I go to codes as 4x. So it is going to be my all things gas station card for the next 9 months or so. Now, it doesn't happen real often to me, but sometimes one of my Amex cards or Amex cards are not accepted in general. It's been a long time, but it has happened and it can happen again, obviously. So I have a backup card in my wallet for just in case. And over the last 2 or 3 months, I have been carrying my Bilt MasterCard in my wallet as a backup. Now, the reason why is because it's kind of two or threefold. And the number one reason is because with Bilt ACH, I'm able to make my Wells Fargo mortgage payments through the Bilt ACH feature, which is 1x MR or 1x Bilt points for my mortgage. So it's a no-brainer. But in order to get those mortgage points, I have to use the card a minimum of 5 times a month to get any points for spend I've put on the card. But I've actually been finding myself putting about 10 to 12 transactions on the card a month. On the first of the month, obviously, I get 6x on dining, um, and 2x on anything non-category. So I'm usually dining out on the first, as well as uh, I might just like this month. I went to a restaurant that I love to get 6x on dining. I then went and washed my vehicle for 2x. Uh, I went and got a bottle of water on the way to the gym, so that was 2x on that. And so I've been throwing spin on it, 10ish transactions a month. Also, too, I've been finding myself using it for online purchases. I know, and I know you're all are saying, John, why are you using that card? Its categories suck, and it's a very meh card. I mean, in my mind, it is. I mean, it gets 3x on dining normally. If it's not the first day of the month, the normal categories are 3x on dining, 2x on travel, 1x on everything else. Yeah, it's not a great card, but you have to put spend on it to get the points. And because I'm also able to make my mortgage payment through Bilt ACH, it's worth it to me to use the card for a few transactions a month. And like I said, I've been putting about 10ish transactions on it. So I've been using it a fair amount. Um, and that's only because of those points for the mortgage. But also too, Bilt is a transfer partner, or Bilt has Alaska Airlines as a transfer partner, and I'm trying to build up Alaska or Bilt points to transfer to Alaska Airlines because Alaska Airlines is a partner with IcelandAir. So that's why this card is in my wallet as a backup card. Also, too, um, I've got a couple of trips coming up in the fourth quarter. I have two coming up very imminently, and I could have 1 to 2 more trips this quarter for a total of 4. So I'm going to be traveling quite a bit, and one of those trips is back to Iceland in a few weeks. And so it is also it's also a uh, no foreign transaction fee card. So if I do need it in Iceland, as a backup card, I won't have any of those fees for purchases outside of the U.S. So it's also serving that purpose too, as a no foreign transaction fee card. And like I said, I do have definitely 2 trips coming up, and both are flying, and probably at least one more, maybe 2 more, where I will also be flying this quarter. So in and out of my wallet quite a bit for the fourth quarter is going to be my American Express Platinum card. And obviously, this card is going to be in my wallet for lounge access, as I will be traveling Delta for all of my trips in the fourth quarter. And so it will get me access to lounges at whatever airports, Sky Clubs, Centurion lounges. Uh, I can't think of an airport that I will be at that won't have at least a Sky Club. So that card would be pulled out for all of my lounge access um, for for my trips coming up. Also, too, though, I will have it on me just in case, because it will be the card that I use to reserve rental cars. Because for 3 of the trips minimum, I will have rental cars as well. And so I will reserve my rental car on the Platinum card as well for the primary rental car coverage that comes with the Platinum card. And last but not least is a card that I have actually just got pretty recently, a couple months ago, and it is the emergency, oh crap, I need cash. And that is none other than my Charles Schwab Platinum debit card. And the superpower for this card is it will allow me to take cash out of my Charles Schwab account um, at any ATM, but it comes in handy overseas where there's no transaction fees for taking cash out. So it's my emergency card. I've had a Schwab account for a long time. I just never funded it until a few months ago, about 2 months ago. So I started putting money into it putting a little bit of money into it every month. And so to get the card, because won't get the card unless you fund the account. So it is the my backup card, especially overseas if I got to have cash for some reason. Uh, and so that's it. Um, an honorable mention though, a card that I don't carry but I do use is my USBank Cash Plus Visa card. I don't have it on me here, but I'll throw it up on the screen here. The Cash Plus Visa card is my category spend card for my utilities, as it gets 5x on utilities, and I get 5x on my uh, water, trash, um, gas, and electric. All of that is part of utilities category on the card. So, like I said, I don't carry it in my wallet. It's in the drawer somewhere, but I have those payments for all my utilities set up on that card. And that's it. Let's talk about it in the comments section below. I want to hear what you all think. I love talking about this stuff. I love hearing people's, whether you agree or disagree. I know most of the comments I get are agreement, but tell me if you disagree. Let's talk about it. Also, too, I am marching toward 500 subs slowly but surely, the little engine that could. And so I'm inching toward that 500 subscribers to my channel. If you could please hit like and subscribe in the below, please do. It's free. It only takes a couple of seconds of your time, and it definitely helps get my channel more visible to more people out on YouTube. So I appreciate that as well. And until next time, be good to each other. Bye for now.